we have done with nucleophilic substitution reactions. In that, two types we have studied. What are those? Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction and bimolecular substitution reactions, right? Now this comes under nucleophilic substitution reactions. Nucleophilic substitution reactions. That is first type of reactions of alkyl halides, right? Now let us go to the next chemical properties or the next chemical reactions here is elimination reactions. Elimination reactions. Now, in the first year we have studied elimination reaction. What is elimination reaction? If an atom or a group of atoms are removed or eliminated from the substrate molecule to form unsaturated hydrocarbons, this is called elimination reactions, right? The same thing here we are defining elimination reaction, and in this particularly if alkyl halides containing at least one beta hydrogen in the presence of strong nucleophile or base, the presence of base, or I can say nucleophile also, nucleophile is heated, then hydrogen atom from beta carbon and halogen atom that is X atom, halogen atom, okay, from alpha carbon are eliminated. This reaction is also called, or this reaction is also called as beta elimination. It is also called as beta elimination. Example, I'll try to first show you what is alpha carbon, what is beta carbon, and how the elimination takes place, right? Let us assume there are two carbons like this, okay? On one carbon, let us assume one halogen atom is present and the other carbon containing hydrogen atom. What we are doing, we are heating in the presence of base. Like let us assume here one base I am taking, OH minus, let us assume. What will happen if you are heating in the presence of base? What will happen? Then hydrogen atom from beta carbon. Now first of all, what is beta carbon? Here in this compound, halogen is functional group, right? Remaining all others are hydrogens. Halogen is the functional group. Functional group attached carbon is called as alpha carbon. Functional group attached carbon is called as alpha carbon. And the hydrogens attached to alpha carbon are called alpha hydrogens. Similarly, the carbon that is adjacent to the alpha carbon is called beta carbon. So the hydrogens which are attached to the beta carbon are called beta hydrogens. Okay. Now what is happening in this process? If you are heating any alkyl halide that contains at least one beta hydrogen, hydrogen atom is removed and also halogen atom is removed. So let us assume now hydrogen atom is taken by, or H plus atom proton is taken by OH minus. What will happen? The bond pair of electrons remain on beta carbon. That means the beta carbon now becomes anion, carbanion, right? Carbanion. Now what happens? This negative charge shift like this and X minus is eliminated. Okay, so that you get here, I am writing the remaining two bonds, these two as it is. This pair of electrons shifted here means 1 sigma 1 pi, right? That means double bond it will come, and X is eliminated. Now this carbon also containing only two bonds. So that means what? An unsaturated compound, that is alkene is formed. An alkene is formed. Okay, so what is happening? If any alkyl halide contains at least one beta hydrogen, if it is heated in the presence of base will abstract the beta hydrogen. Okay, then you will get one carbanion. Then carbanion, the electron pilot, this low pair of electrons shift between the two carbon atoms, that is alpha and beta carbon atoms. Then you will get a unsaturated compound. This process is called beta elimination. Okay, so here halogen is eliminated from alpha carbon, hydrogen is eliminated from beta carbon. Okay, since the reaction is initiated by abstraction of proton from beta carbon, this elimination is also called as beta elimination reaction, or it is also called as 1,2 elimination reaction, because alpha means 1, beta means 2. So the atoms are eliminated from first carbon and second carbon. Okay, this halogen is eliminated, so I am writing here X minus. Okay, so this process is called as beta elimination. So these reactions we are going to study in alkyl halides elimination reactions. Okay, we will continue. Now let us take one few simple examples. What will happen in elimination reaction? Okay, one first example I am taking here, ethyl chloride, CH3 CH2Cl. Okay, this you are heating with some strong base. I am taking here alcoholic KOH. Now what should happen? Beta elimination should take place, because it is strong base you are heating. Okay, now the chlorine attached carbon is alpha carbon. Alpha carbon adjacent carbon is beta carbon, right? So what should happen in this elimination? One hydrogen from beta carbon and halogen from alpha carbon must be eliminated. How they are eliminated now? First, OH minus will attack on this H plus. So I am writing directly products. What will happen here? One proton is abstracted from here, so it is a CH2. Double bond will come between this, followed by CH2, because one chlorine is eliminated. Now the proton is taken by OH minus, so that means this is H2O, and Cl minus will react with K plus, that means it will form KCl. So this is beta elimination reaction. And if there are more than 2 types of beta hydrogens, okay, then you will get more than 1 type of alkene. Then in that case, what should be the products obtained? You see, example, I am taking here two bromo pentane. Now this molecule, on this carbon bromine is attached, so this carbon becomes alpha, and alpha carbon adjacent carbons are called as beta carbons. Means now there are two beta carbons, two types of beta hydrogens. Here 3 beta hydrogens, here 2 beta hydrogens. Now that means I'll number this compound just for simplification. This is number 1, this is number 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon atoms. Let us assume initially proton abstraction takes place from C1 carbon. Okay, this beta carbon. Okay, this beta. So if proton is removed from this carbon, halogen will be removed from this carbon. So where does I will get the double bond between 1 and 2? So with alcoholic KOH, if I do the reaction, what should happen? I will get double bond between 1 and 2. So the product must be CH3, CH2, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. This is 1 pentene, right? 1 pentene is formed. Okay. If proton is abstracted from C3 carbon, okay. If proton is abstracted from C1 carbon, first case. Second case, if proton, beta proton from which position? Third position we are taking, C3 carbon. From here, if you remove proton, bromine should be removed from second. That means the double bond should appear between 3 and 2. So, I am writing this compound CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH3. We got this compound. What is this compound? It is 2-pentene. 2-pentene. So, if there are 2 beta hydrogens, 2 types of beta hydrogens, here methyl and methylene type of. So, methyl hydrogens, if you are removing C1 hydrogen, if you remove, where the double bond should come? Between C1 and C2. If you remove C3 hydrogen, that is other beta hydrogen from third position, then the double bond should come between 2 and 3. So, if the C1 hydrogen is abstracted by the base, then 1-pentene is the product. If C3 hydrogen is abstracted by the base, then 2-pentene is the product. So, you get 2 types of products if 2 types of beta hydrogens are there, right? Then, among these 2, which is major product and which is minor product? 1-pentene is minor product, less amount. 2-pentene is major product. 2-pentene is major product in this reaction. Okay. Now, why 2-pentene is major product and why 1-pentene is minor product? That is explained by a rule called as Sertzeff rule. Okay, that will continue. Okay. Sertzeff rule. Now, what is this Sertzeff rule is? In case of dehydrohalogenation or simply elimination reactions, you can say. Dehydrohalogenation reactions always the preferred product, or you can say the major product. Major product is that alkene, which is more substituted on double bonded carbons, This rule is called Sertzev rule, or it is also called Zetev rule. Okay, so what is happening? Just now we have seen one example, 2-bromopentane. 2-bromopentane on dehydrohalogenation gives 2 alkenes, 1-pentene, 2-pentene. 2-pentene is major product. Okay, so 2-pentene is major product. Why? Because I write the reaction. Just now we have written this reaction. 2-bromopentane. This on reaction with a strong base or alcohol KOH heating, then you will get 1-pentene and 2-pentene as products. 1-pentene and 2-pentene as products, right? We are saying that 1-pentene is minor product, 2-pentene is major product. Okay? Now why 2-pentene is major product? According to the rule, if you observe, 1-pentene, if I draw the structure like this, I will get CH3, CH2, CH2, double bond, CH, CH, CH. This is the structure of 1-pentene, right? So here, this is first carbon, this is second carbon, this is first carbon, this is second carbon. This is 1-pentene, right? If I draw the 2-pentene structure, this is 1-pentene structure. If I draw 2-pentene structure, you will observe here, this is CH3, CH2, CH, double bond, CH3, CH, like this. Here is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, third carbon. So second carbon is containing 1 hydrogen, 1 methyl, I have written like this. Third carbon containing 1 hydrogen, 1 ethyl, I have written like this. Now if you observe here, on these double bonded carbons, only one substitution is present, propyl group. Remaining all are hydrogens. Whereas on this 2-pentene, on these double bonded carbons, one ethyl group is present on this side, on third carbon, and one methyl group is present on the second carbon. So which is more substituted alkene? Automatically 2-pentene is more substituted. So more substituted alkene, more stable. Less substituted alkene, less stable. That's why 2-pentene is major product, more stable. 1-pentene is minor product, less stable. Why? Because for alkenes we will explain through hyperconjugation, right? So more the hyperconjugation, more will be the stability. Less hyperconjugation, less will be the stability. So what is Sertzev rule? In simple words, according to Sertzev rule, always in elimination reactions, more substituted alkenes, more substituted alkenes are formed as major products. Okay, more substituted alkenes are formed as major products according to Sertzev rule. Okay. Okay. Now we have seen elimination reaction and Sturzer flow, right? Now one example we have studied, that is ethyl chloride. If you remember the substitution examples, nucleophilic substitution reaction examples, on reaction with aqueous KOH, on reaction with aqueous KOH, forms which product? Ethyl alcohol. It forms ethyl alcohol, right? But the same ethyl chloride, instead of reaction with aqueous KOH, on heating with or on reaction with alcoholic KOH, it forms what? Alkene. It forms alkene. So you are finding the difference, right? If you take aqueous KOH, here the reaction is chlorine substituted with the OH group. If you are seeing this with alcoholic KOH reaction, alpha position chlorine and beta position hydrogen is removed and you get alkene as the product. Means what? This aqueous KOH, it is undergoing which one? Nucleophilic substitution reaction. This is nucleophilic substitution reaction. With alcoholic KOH, what is happening here? Elimination is happening because alkene is formed as a product. And hydrogen is eliminated with OH minus as water. Chlorine is eliminated with K as KCl. Right or not? So, that means for alkyl halides, okay, for alkyl halides with beta hydrogen atoms, there will be chances of either SN1 reaction or SN2, that is nucleophilic substitution reactions, or elimination reactions. That means alkyl halides can undergo substitution, nucleophilic substitution reactions, as well as alkyl halides can also undergo elimination reactions. Then how to decide when they will undergo elimination and when they will undergo substitution? Okay, under which conditions elimination is favorable or under which conditions substitution, nucleophilic substitution is favorable? How this is decided is, it depends on, that is elimination versus reaction versus nucleophilic substitution reaction. Which one to takes place? Depends upon, okay? It depends upon the nature or the type of alkyl halides, then strength of the nucleophile, or base, and the reaction conditions, okay. So what is that? Here same ethyl chloride with aqueous KOH, nucleophilic substitution reaction. Same ethyl chloride with alcoholic KOH, it is undergoing elimination. What is the difference you are finding here is, aqueous KOH is relatively less basic than alcoholic KOH. So alcoholic KOH is acting as stronger base. With stronger base, mostly elimination is preferred over nucleophilic substitution. Okay, and based on type of alkyl halide also elimination and nucleophilic substitution will vary. For example, mostly primary alkyl halides they will undergo, basically what they will undergo SN2 mechanism. Most times primary alkyl halides undergo SN2 mechanism. Secondary alkyl halides can undergo SN1 or elimination reaction. Tertiary alkyl halides mostly they will undergo elimination reaction. It depends again on the basis. Okay, it depends upon the stability. It depends upon the stability of carbocation or the alkene Okay, it depends upon the base or that is nature of the base also, strength of base, nature of the base also. So basically what happens, stronger base elimination is favored. Okay, na stronger base, what is favored? Elimination is favored. And also bulky base also elimination is favored. So that is bulky means big base molecules. Big base means, for example, tertiary butoxide. If you take tertiary butoxide is a big base. This CH3 O minus. This is a big nucleophile. Bigger bulky nucleophiles, negative ion. Okay. Bigger bulky nucleophiles will readily act as a base because of steric reasons. So stronger the base, bulkier the base, more it is favorable towards elimination. Okay, and in case of tertiary, how it is depends on the stability of carbocation or the alkene. So this is about the comparison between elimination and nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay. And also based on the solvent also, like for example, based on the solvent also sometimes it depends whether elimination takes place or substitution takes place. Mostly aqueous medium. Okay, in aqueous medium substitution is favored. Nucleophilic substitution is favored. Mostly in alcoholic medium, elimination reaction is favored. That is, if for any alkyl halide which contains beta hydrogen, there is always competition between whether SN1 should take place or SN2 should take place or elimination should take place. How it is decided? It is decided on these factors. What are those? Strength of nucleophile, alkyl type of alkyl halide, and the reaction conditions. Basically, high temperature, one more condition I will mention, high temperature favors elimination. Basically, high temperature favors elimination reactions. So these are all the different factors which affect the elimination versus nucleophilic substitution reaction. Right.